Neptune, the eighth and furthest planet from the Sun, 17 times the mass of Earth and nearly 2.7 billion miles away. So far away that 5 of its moons were not even discovered until the 21st century. Will we ever manage to visit this distant, ice-cold, cobalt blue world? Welcome to Space School. First observed by Galileo in 1612, he mistook the planet for a star. Neptune wasn't officially discovered until 1846. Oddly, it was not found using a telescope, but instead by mathematical prediction. Irregularities were noted in the orbit of neighboring Uranus. Calculating the discrepancies in Uranus's path, French mathematician Urbain Le Verrier predicted the exact point in the sky where a planet should be. Astronomers trained their telescopes on that spot, and there it was, just 1 degree off from where Le Verrier had predicted. The 8th planet, the last planet in our solar system, was soon named for the Roman god of the sea, Neptune. If Neptune was hollow, it could contain nearly 60 Earths. One of the 4 gaseous outer planets, Neptune is almost identical to Uranus in structure and composition. Like Uranus, Neptune is considered both a gas giant and an ice giant. The planet has thick layers of ice and gas, surrounding a small, solid, rocky core made up of iron, nickel, and silicates. The temperature at the very center of Neptune is estimated to be over 9,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Neptune, like the other 3 gas giants, Saturn, Jupiter, and Uranus, has no solid surface. Only an atmosphere, giving way to a superheated liquid mantle. It takes Neptune almost 165 Earth years to orbit the Sun. Neptune's atmosphere is composed of 80% hydrogen and 19% helium, along with traces of methane. That methane absorbs red light, giving the planet its blue appearance. The weather on Neptune is extremely dynamic, with multiple layers of clouds constantly moving at high speeds. Huge storms are commonplace, with winds reaching well above supersonic speeds, nearly Mach 2. Neptune, in fact, clocks the fastest winds in the entire solar system. These incredible wind speeds are thought to be the result of heat rising from the planet itself. The Sun simply doesn't provide enough energy to explain these powerful storms. But the Sun, despite its distance from the planet, still does impact the climate of Neptune, mainly by creating 4 distinct seasons. And with a year that's 165 Earth years long, just one of those seasons can last 4 decades. Neptune has 13 known moons, but one of them, Triton, is the largest by far. It contains more than 99.5% of the mass of all the bodies in orbit around the planet. The massive Triton, unlike most moons, moves in a retrograde orbit, the opposite direction of the planet's rotation. Most likely it was once a dwarf planet, but was pulled into Neptune's gravity. Triton's surface is composed of frozen nitrogen, water, and frozen carbon dioxide, dry ice, as well as other trace elements. It is also one of the few moons in the solar system that is geologically active. Dotted with geysers, it is believed to erupt nitrogen. Triton also has the coldest surface temperatures in the entire solar system, dipping to a staggering minus 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Today, Neptune already has 4 rings, but they are narrow and faint. So faint that they weren't even discovered until 1968. They are believed to be made up of dust particles, the remains of meteorites that long ago smashed into Neptune's moons. They are so unstable that one of them may disappear in as little as a century. The rings of Neptune were once thought to be incomplete arcs. A flyby of the planet in 1989 showed them to be complete. Neptune is the least explored of any planet. It has only been visited by 1 spacecraft, Voyager 2, in 1989. But that single mission discovered a new ring, 6 new moons, and answered many questions about the weather on this faraway world. It also flew by the moon Triton, sending back valuable photos and data. There are currently plans on the books to launch the Neptune Orbiter, a satellite that would circle the planet for 3 to 5 years. But this spacecraft, which would take 8 to 12 years just to reach Neptune, isn't even scheduled to launch until, at the earliest, 2016. Until then, this distant world will remain, in many ways, one of the solar system's biggest mysteries. This is Space School, signing off. Class dismissed.